That big Streets of Rage fan game. Yeah. Yeah, I have done that. It's pretty good. Alright, it's been a while. I'm going to turn the camera down again to the joystick because I feel that's the more important part, or the more interesting part of this run, at least the end of it. And we'll see if I've completely lost all my skill for this. Yeah, that's the thing, is that once something's been posted to the internet, you can't really get rid of it. You know, even if you give out a cease and desist, as long as it gets out in someone's hands, it's out. That's why like, people complain, like, oh, why is Nintendo taking down all this stuff? Like, A, that's how copyright law works, and B, they have all the opportunity. Like, these projects aren't just secret until they come out for the most part. People know about them. People follow the development. Nintendo has all that time to shut those things down, and they wait until they come out, which I think is weird. But it means that, like, yeah, these projects get cease and desisted, but you get full access to them through peer-to-peer downloading and mirror links and things like that. Ooh, I forgot about that slide kick. I think that's what screwed me up last time, is these guys started slide kicking me. I was like, wait, they can do that? Yeah, exactly. Like, it doesn't take a genius to be like, oh, I'm using someone else's IP that they've made money off of and have copyrighted and trademarked. What do you mean I got shut down? Like, this is a shock and a surprise to me. Come on, guys. It's 2016. I should really pick the bottle up. I don't like the ranged weapons in this game. They're too slow and they leave me very, very open to attack. Well, the bat is pretty good. Big damage baseball bat. Home run! See, those of you that listen to the Cyber Zone have probably heard this theory of mine, which I think is like maybe 2 of you total, not just in this chat, but like 2 people total. I have this theory, and it can go either way. This is the thing about Nintendo these days, is either they're like way more clever than they let on, or they are really, really dumb. And I don't ever feel like you can say for certain it's one way or the other. Like, Project M, AM2R, Pokemon Uranium, like, Nintendo has... They have to know. They have to know these things are going on. And if they do, then they're sort of wink, wink, nudge, nudge, like, yeah, we'll wait until you finish it and release it on the internet, and then we'll shut you down. So that everyone can still play it and get their hands on it. Or they just have the worst legal team on the planet that doesn't keep track of this shit. I can't say. I honestly can't say for certain what is the case. Did I ever do an arcade showcase? I have not, because I don't typically play arcade games on my channel, but I think I would make an exception for the showcase. So we disagree greatly on the subject of Nintendo. I usually don't say much about it, but I am first and foremost a Nintendo fanboy. Like, I trust Nintendo far more than I do other companies. Like, even if their business decisions and their hardware layouts and their online features and things like that, like, yes, they need to step that game up a lot more. I will agree with that. But I feel like more than any other company, if I see a Nintendo game, I can trust that it'll be good and fun to play. And if I see a piece of Nintendo hardware, I can trust that it won't break on me a billion times. So, like, the nostalgia and, like, the console loyalty that I had growing up plays a big factor of it. But also, it's just the fact that, like, from both a hardware and a software perspective, I don't ever really feel like I've been burned by Nintendo. You know? Like, I've bought 5 PS2s, 5 Xbox 360s, or I'm sorry, 4 Xbox 360s. I need to buy a 5th one because it's breaking again. 2 original Xboxes. My PS3 is starting to go on the fritz. The drive tray is breaking down on that. Like, but I have never, I've bricked my Wii. And a lot of that has to do with just, again, like, poor online decisions, the way that they wrote the coding for the Wii menu. And it was preventable had I known about the bricking issue. But, like, generally speaking, I have so many more hardware problems with other companies' hardware. And Nintendo hardware is always really, really reliable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there were all those videos I remember that, like, G4 did, and I hate to bring up G4 in a positive light, but I'm about to do it. They had done a bunch of videos where it was like, you know, we deliberately tried to break all these systems, and, like, the PS2, all they had to do was, like, drop it on the floor, and it was dead. And the Xbox took much more of a beating. There's, of course, all those classic stories about Xboxes, like, taking bullets and things like that. And there's validity to that. But from an internal perspective, the original Xbox was prone to a lot of hardware failures. And then they did, like, everything they could think of to the GameCube. Like, stood on it, jumped on it, let, like, cars run it over, dropped it from 10 feet. I think people have, like, set it partially on fire, and it still fucking works. Like, that thing is a tank. And so that plays a big part into why I usually look for Nintendo systems before other companies' systems. Like, there are a lot of PS4 games that I want, and you having an Xbox One on hand, thanks to Earn, has been a lot of fun. But I have no faith that those things are going to last. I had a hinge start to break on a DS Lite, and the R button started to go out, and I fixed the R button by putting my mouth over it and sucking, and it hasn't given me any problems since. Like, yeah, things can go wrong. Obviously, like, the NES is not well engineered because of how hard it is to get a game to work in that, but it isn't a complete hardware failure. One time when we were kids, my brother swung an aluminum baseball bat at me, and I dodged out of the way, and he brought it down like an axe on top of our NES. And there's, like, a small chip in the plastic in the corner, and the pin connector came loose, and that's all that happened. Controller hickey. Yep, pretty much. We're just gonna launch day PS2, PS3 both worked for me today. Never one repair. That's impressive, little gremlin. Like I said, I've had 4 PS2s die on me. Like, that's really impressive. Also, how's it going, little gremlin? Welcome to the stream. The guy who made SSF is working on a PS3 emulator. Oh god. So I'm gonna need like a degree in computer science to get it working. Took a long time for me to be able to move forward there. Oh, hang on a second. My things are out of whack. Move that to the top. Little Gremlin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the internet. You're cool. Offer stands if you ever want. You know, Saturn, I will take you up on that offer someday. I promise, because Saturn emulation is something that I am interested in. I'm just more interested in getting pseudo Saturn working. No. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my god, I'm almost dead. What the hell happened? Streets of Radon. Hell yeah, Ragnablaze. Yes. Oh, that timing on that is perfect. The only two consoles that have died on Ronnie are the Saturn and the Dreamcast. Ronnie, did that like impact the way you viewed like buying Sega hardware? Did that change your opinion? Like, did it sour your, you know, like I can't trust Sega hardware. It dies on me. Because like that's how I feel with Sony and Microsoft. Like, I'm a console fanboy and I love video games no matter what, so like I'm still gonna buy their systems as they come out, but like I'm terrified of the day that PS2s are suddenly really expensive because they're so prone to dying, and you know, there are fewer and fewer available that actually work. I think the only thing that's keeping like the original PS3s that are backwards compatible with PS2 games from skyrocketing super high in price is the fact that they're not all that reliable either. Oh, okay, so you had bought them used. That makes sense. My first 360 red ringed. My second 360, the video card died on it. The third 360 did not have a composite video jack. It was the weirdest little factory defect I'd ever seen. And the guy on the Microsoft phone, like hotline, did not understand what I was trying to explain to him. And I didn't have an HD at the time, so I needed that jack. Like, I couldn't use the HDMI port. Wow, why didn't I just walk out of the way of that? And then my fourth 360 is the one I'm using right now, and like it has hard drive problems, and the disk tray doesn't open all that reliably. It's a headache. Like, the USB accessory door has broken off. I should have really used that. The police brutality button. Like right now. Is this game Rio Olympics 2016? Oh! Oh, that was close. Never had issues with Saturn, except for one that was water damage. Did have issues with Genocide. Yeah, I have two. My original Xbox, the disk drive died, and the video card was dying, so things would just freeze. Like, it would take me a long time to get anything to load, and when it finally loaded, like, it was guaranteed to freeze at some point, and just hard lock. So I had to get another original Xbox, and that one hasn't given me any problems. But I've also been using Trent's Xbox for the longest time because he hooked his up in the living room, and because he used it as a DVD player when we first moved in together. But the problem with that one is that the solenoid contacts on the front control panel, the power and eject buttons, something blew and the connection is bad. So now if it's plugged in, it will randomly turn itself on, and if it's on, it will randomly turn itself off, which is not a lot of fun when you're playing a game. Yeah, those screwdrivers are definitely a very wise investment, Wursel. I need one for my Virtual Boy, but like, you need a special one specifically for the Virtual Boy, which I really need to get because I have 3 Virtual Boys and only one of them works super reliably. And it's an easy fix. It's a common Virtual Boy problem, but something I do need to invest in. Apple? Ugh. But let's see. But mine works fine. I use my PS3 controller on the computer, and I have to unplug my PS3. Yeah, I have a lot of problems with PS3 controllers too. I've had like 4 of them die on me. It's stupid. First 2 Genesis were DOA out of the box. Yeah, don't put bologna in the disc tray. It's a bad idea. I've fixed a couple people's consoles, and usually it's just like, hey, did you know that there was 3 kilograms of dust inside there? Like, now you do. But there have been a couple weird ones. And I've definitely had people ask me weird questions. I like to tell the story of how I was in a GameStop once, not as an employee, just as a customer. And it was around Christmas time, and there was these 2 women. They looked like a mom and a grandma, and they were looking at a Game Boy Advance SP, and they're like, does this play DVDs? I was like, lady, it's not even as big as a DVD. Like, where would it go? Would it just have, like, spinning razor blade DVD edges sticking out of the side so you couldn't hold it while you were playing the DVD? Mm-mm. 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 SNES was not working when I got it on eBay, cracked it open, cleaned the connectors, which took a charm. Yeah. I have heard of very few SNES hardware failures. One came up pretty recently, but it was like a weird one. Like, I think it's actually like a blown video processor. I mean, I'm pretty sure I yelled at my local GameStop employee when I found out that they had just stopped selling all their retro stuff. Because all the GameStops in my area were Funko Lands, and then GameStop bought FuncoLand and rebranded all the stores. And I was just like, where the fuck is all the Super Nintendo stuff? What did you do, you monsters? God damn it. I really need these little guys to go away. So I can focus on tragedy. Fucking tragedy. Yeah, go ahead, shank me. I'm just waiting for Fat Guy to come on screen. Die. GameStop is where I go to hang out and hear people say things that just make my head want to explode. One time I was in there buying games and this guy was talking to the clerk and he was like, yeah, I'm looking for like a new first-person shooter. I think I'm going to get the, like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I think it was around that time. And the clerk was like, oh, you know, like Halo, I think it was Halo Reach. It was either Halo Reach or ODST. He was like, that's coming out. You want to get that? You want to pre-order that? And the guy's like, no, I like Halo, but it doesn't have Master Chief in it. I don't want to play it. And, like, I'll admit, I'm not a huge Halo fan, so my opinion of the game is not super high anyways. But Master Chief, to me, like, I don't see how that's a selling point. Like, he's barely a character. How could you be like, no, why would I play a Halo game if it doesn't have Master Chief? That's dumb. Yeah. And props to the GameStop clerk for either being just as wrong as the customer or, you know, understanding basic customer service, because he was like, yeah, you know, I get that, like, Master Chief's cool. But he's like, I'm still going to get it because the gameplay looks fun. And he was like, yeah, I don't know, I think I'm just going to get Call of Duty. I don't want to play Doom if there is no Doom guy. Yep. You know, but there would be people out there where if they released a new Doom and it was like Doom Girl instead, they would lose their shit. They'd just be like, no, this is not what I signed up for. How dare they do this to Doom? Oh, there's way too many people on screen. I only play games that feature Qbert. That is a... that is an unfortunate policy, little gremlin. I'm sorry to hear you say that. I'm not doing super great. I don't think I'm going to be able to successfully do it this run. I've lost way too many lives. And I don't feel very confident in my play style right now. It's Doom person. Stop punching me. I don't have a whole lot of life. I'll have you know. Okay, now I do. But still, don't punch me. I don't like it. Respect my personal space. Doom guy could be a zebra and I'd still play Doom. I think I'd be more inclined to play Doom if Doom guy was a zebra. Like, dude, there's this crazy game where you play as a zebra that goes through hell and just kills mutants. Yeah. That sounds fucking cool. Oh, Troy McClure. R.I.P. Why is the Ultimate Warrior on this boat? It's a WWF cruise. I am really out of practice because I am playing like hot booty right now. But I will knee dudes in the face. Indiscriminately knee dudes in the face. That's the motto of the city's police department. It's not like to protect and serve. It's just fucking knee dudes in the face. Call that street justice. No, the hot poop stream was last night, Ronnie. I would like to kill this guy. Like any day now would be great. There we go. Everyone gets a baseball bat. Especially you guys. Alright, come on, come on. No, I didn't stream last night, but you remember the end of the Cyber Zone. I wish. That would be awesome, little gremlin. It's a slippery slope, Wurzel, you know? You start out as a, wanting to do right and bring justice to the people, and by the end of the day, you just want to break people's ribs with a baseball bat. Oof. Oh my, what the? How did that do that much damage? I was sitting on those waiting to take like an extra hit so I could hopefully just kill them off with the... I'm an idiot. I am the dumbest. So here's how we're going to play it this time. Man, I'm lucky I'm on this barge that's transporting cop cars. That was dumb. Come on. Come on, just fucking... There you go. Oh. It's an Inspector Gadget car. It finds a way. Come on, I'm just trying to kill you. Would you just let me kill you? Like, why is that unreasonable? What these games teach you is that if someone tries to jump you in an alley, it doesn't matter what they got underneath their pants. You fucking give them the business. Get. I'm bad at the streets of rage. I don't know what Inspector Gadget's car was. I was never really into the show. My brother watched it a lot. So, like, off the top of my head, I can't even remember quite exactly what Inspector Gadget's car looked like. But isn't it a French show? Like, it's probably a European car. Thank God for Wikia, where people can obsess about things in a fashion that is a little not healthy. And there's a Wikia for everything, like, and there doesn't need to be. I found on accident, I was clarifying a question that I was not sure about, and I stumbled onto a Wikia that was specifically for, like, fake Nintendo fan projects. So it had information about a bunch of games that don't actually exist that people had ideas for. It was the weirdest thing. It was like such a little odd rabbit hole to fall into. Gadget, Danger Mouse, and Heathcliff. Yeah, those were definitely more my brother's shows. I watched a fair amount of Danger Mouse. I like Danger Mouse. I didn't really care for Inspector Gadget or Heathcliff. I'm still trying to figure out why there's a Heathcliff racing game for the Wii. By the way, guys, there's a Heathcliff racing game for the Wii, in case you didn't know. How awful is it? I don't know. I've never played it. It doesn't look that good, though. I'm pretty sure it's called Heathcliff the Fast and the Furriest, which is not a creative name. How did that not kill you? Lady, you got crushed by like some kind of weird press. Like, I'm not even sure what this factory makes, but it makes it fucking flat. I can guarantee you that. You know what this level looks like? This is like if you were miniaturized and you got stuck inside of a Quiznos oven. That's what this level is, I think. I'm doing so bad. I'm either going to have like a really clutch performance in the final stage, or I might just quit this run early. I'm not sure. I probably won't quit it early. I'll be able to make it through the next 2 stages without using a credit, but oof, I'm just doing really bad. Really? Either you guys are all a couple years older than me, or I just didn't like cartoons that much when I was a kid. Because I remember all those cartoons, and I didn't really like them. I don't know. The only cartoon that I'd ever like, I would watch a lot of cartoons when I was a kid, but up until like the early '90s, when I started watching a lot of like Nickelodeon and stuff, like the only cartoon that I cared about catching was Ninja Turtles. I forgot about those Quiznos commercials. But yeah, they're here. They're totally here. Bring a coupon. Come on. Come on. Eek the Cat was great. Yeah, the Tick and Eek the Cat. I was way more into early 90s cartoons than I was like the heavy hitters of the 80s. A lot of them just didn't do it for me. I heard the new pilot whistle. Trent watched it and he was like laughing the whole time. He said it was really, really good. I really did not like Batman the Animated Series when it was on, and I recognized that I was wrong. Like, I recognized that show is really good, and I was just being dumb about it. Because going back and watching it, like, it's incredible. But when that show was on air, man, I hated it. Yeah, the soundtrack to the Super Nintendo Eek the Cat is pretty good. I used to stay up late with my brother at our friend's house who had cable, and we would watch Liquid Television. Yeah, Wursel knows. So much Liquid Television. That show was great. And they did a decent follow-up later with Cartoon Sushi, but it just wasn't as good. Like, the clips were not as entertaining. Liquid Television was the shit, though. That was, like, my favorite thing. Like, that and Mystery Science Theater 3000. If I was at someone's house who had cable, I would make it a point to stay up late to watch one of those two shows. And there were things on Liquid Television that I didn't like very much. Like, there were one-off clips that I didn't really care for, and then there was stuff like Dog Boy that I was like, why is this on every episode? Like, no Dog Boy, please. What I really did like, though, before it got like a weird talk show, was MTV Oddities, when they would show the Head and the Max. The Max was so fucking cool. I loved that show. That guy in the cop car is a good shot. Yeah, he is. He can hit a weird outside elevator from 20 floors on the ground and the other side of the building. That was sort of like the allure of the Max, I think, Wurzel, is that it was so, like, is it happening or isn't it happening? One of my ex-girlfriends, when she moved here, we went to the comic shop together, like, right after, because she moved here and we started dating, like, immediately. And we went to one of the comic shops in town, and we found, like, every issue of the Max, and most of them were signed, but we couldn't figure out by who. Like, we think it was, like, the inker, because the signature didn't seem to match any of the names in the credits of the book. Which is kind of a genius idea, really. If you just get, like, a gold Sharpie, and you start autographing comic books with, like, script that's not exactly easy to read, you could probably make more money on some of those comic books, to people who don't know any better, at least. Like, you couldn't sign, like, a Spider-Man and be like, oh yeah, that's Stan Lee's signature. Like, people know what that looks like. They're not going to fall for that shit. Oh man, I hit that button way too early. Alright, well, we're just going to nuke this floor. Boop. I loved The Critic. It had its cheesy moments where I was just like, ugh, like, kind of cringeworthy, but I have seen every episode of The Critic many, many, many times. And nuke this floor. Hachi Machi. Alright, here we get into the stupid shit. The Dilbert cartoon was surprisingly not shit. Thank you, Saturn. I have yet to successfully pull it off, but I have tried many, many times. It's the reason why I'm playing on stick, is because I have this tank stick where I can play both sides at the same time. Alright. Nope, we're not going to apple up just yet. So we still got fighting to do. Alright. What's going on? Okay, that's what's going on. Adam's in control of the camera because he's in the back. Okay, we're going to get this apple. I'm going to try and keep the other apple on screen. Nope, okay. We're going to have... Oh, damn it. Well, that's right, you don't get points for food in this game, I forgot. Let's get that other bottle. Careful, Adam. I mean, if Adam dies, it's not a big deal, but I actually want him to soak as much damage as possible. Oh, he ate the fuck. God damn it. That was an accident. I am screwing up so much. It's like I'm watching AGDQ, kinda. Can someone please kick Seth MacFarlane into a vat of fire ants? You know, I used to watch a lot of Family Guy, and I used to watch it, like, when it came out. And it's one of those situations where, like, I don't find the show funny anymore, and in addition, the things that I found funny, I find really not funny. Like, old Family Guy to me is like old Simpsons. It's just straight unwatchable. Yes, take that damage. Alright, let's keep these barbecues on screen as long as we can, so that we can make up for any mistakes in this room, which it already looks like there's going to be a lot. I'm doing really poorly. I gotta stop accidentally eating that meat. Okay, what do we got here? I can't think of like a single Mad TV sketch that is, you know, like the Clone Baby one, like that one made me laugh once upon a time. But like Mad TV, ugh, I have never liked that show. And I can usually find the silver lining in a lot of sketch comedy shows, and I just could not ever abide by Mad TV. Oof, that one hurt. Just keep Axel alive. That's the goal here. Let's just let Adam get the shit beat out of him. Shit, shit, shit. Ah, damn it. Oh, of course there's barbecue right there. Alright. Knives, an apple. I knew it was going to happen too. I was like, oh god, he's standing right on top of that apple. He's going to eat it, guys. He's going to eat that goddamn apple. Ooh. Shit. Oh god. Don't really know the best way to handle this without getting just the shit beat out of me. Oh. Not like that. I think I may have found the solution. Nope, step away from the meat. Ow. Alright, you stand over there. Just make sure no one makes the screen scroll. Time to meet up. Stay away from the meat, dominatrix lady. You goddamn right. That is good. Those are words to live by. Alright, here's the really tricky part. Did not see where Axel got hurt there, but whatever. Shit happens. Damn it. You know, the thing I'm not doing right is I'm not letting Alex creep up on them while they're targeting Adam. That's what makes this fight much easier in 2 players, is that you can actually get combos off if they're targeting your partner. Alright, 1 down. Alright, that's the impressive part of the run. Why don't you join my organization? Nah. You're an evil man. Just don't let him get close. Next wave. And then here comes Big Boss Man. All right. Damn it. Come on, let me get some damage in, please. All right. Oh my god, guys, we did it. We fucking did it. Yes! Yes! We finally got it. I've tried so hard to get that. The soloed bad ending. That's going on YouTube. Oh my god, it was like kind of a boring run. I didn't do too much talking. But we did it. Oh my god. Shoutouts to L Hop, who put this game on my backlog in the first place. I actually had a really good... I didn't have to continue with Axel until I got to the boss room. Like, I thought that was a really bad run, but I used Adam smart. I used him wisely in the last stage. Because he gets his own set of credits, so, like, yeah, let him take the damage. Man, that was fun. I don't think I ever want to do that again, but it's awesome to know that I can. Like, I could probably, it's probably like a coin flip, but I know that like I can say, yeah, I beat Streets of Rage, got the bad ending with just me, myself, and I. That's really cool. That's so cool. Ugh. I'm like really, I can't like pop off because Trent's sleeping, but. Heck yeah. Thank you, Ronnie. Thank you. Thank you for all of your congratulatory remarks. Thank you, everyone in chat. I know that I wasn't like as attentive as I would have liked to have been because that took a little more focus than usual gameplay. But Saturn, Wursel, Little Gremlin, who else was here? Sacrificial Toast, Wee Guy. Axel's jeans look like comfort. They look, yeah, they kind of look like leggings, like sweatpants. Well, there you go, guys. It is possible to get the bad ending in Streets of Rage with just one person. It just requires a tank stick and some crazy coordination and a little bit of luck.